Hi, my name is Kathleen Zemansky, and I'm a business feng shui master, and welcome to TimeBlazr Tuesdays. You're right in the midst of the four-part series. We're in 2 of 4 right now, and today we're going to talk about the tiger, the rabbit, and the dragon. And in this series, what I'm going to be doing is I'm bridging 2018 Year of the Dog with 2019 Year of the Pig. The reason I'm doing that is there's so much information that you can get if you're watching kind of near the time that I'm recording this video, what you need to do to finish up this year and how to prepare for next year, because no matter what the animals are, they're always going to shift in energies, they're going to shift in information, and they're also going to shift in possibilities for you. So one of the first things I want you to do is I want you to go to my website to download your chart at www.freebusinessastrology.com. And when you do that, you may think about friends, family, colleagues, maybe even those people that kind of are poking you on the side, because you want to know what's happening in their life as well. So why don't you do that, and then we'll get started on how I can help you with those 3 animals. And by the way, if you missed our first video, just click on the link below, and then you can find out what the first video was about, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the videos as we go along. Now that you've downloaded your chart, I just want to explain very quickly what these 4 pillars mean. So your year of birth is about your social circles. It's about people's first impressions of you. It's your social media. It's all that stuff that you do online and spend a lot of time on there. So branding and marketing, expanding in the marketplace. And then your month of birth, that's about your career, your ambitions, or how ambitious you are, your character. Are there going to be any changes this year with the pig coming in? And then your day of birth, that's really the most important pillar out of all of them, because it is about you. So it's about your home life, your partnerships, especially people that are really close to you, who really know the underpinnings of who you are. And then the hour of birth is about your life purpose and your capacity to make decisions. And then it's also about your income. Now it's about like what you do with your money. It's not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money that you have. And then it also has some family-ish pieces in there as well. But we're going to stick more with the business side of it for these videos. But don't be concerned if you don't know your hour of birth, because at least you get 75% or 3/4 of the picture. So, just let's look at what is available and not worry so much about what's not. Okay. All right. Well, let's move forward, and we're going to start talking about the tiger. So the tiger, as you see, in 2018 had 1 star working for them. And in 2019, things are going to look a little bit brighter. So let's have a look at 18, what you still have available for you. So although you had a great leadership star working for you this year, it didn't come without work. So not everything is easy, as you know, in life. Life can be messy, but it means that, you shouldn't have just delegated and forgot. So if you didn't roll up your sleeves a little bit and get into some of the grunt work, that could have been why things maybe didn't work out so well for you, but there's still time. So we still have a few months left in the dog year if you're listening this to the near the time of the recording. And what you're going to want to do is, kind of go back over the year, look at your work, see where there might be some improvements. And this is where you might reach out to a client. This is that customer care that can really make a big difference of, offering a free coaching session or a discovery session. And, bottom line, let them know that you care. And then you're going to have raving loyal fans. Now, going into 2019, wow, we've got a big jump here. This is an idea generating year for you. So things might already be bubbling up in you of like, oh, that's a great idea. Or, oh, what do you think about this? So what I would really advise you to do, now and leading up to the year, during the year, is take time to reflect. I think that's something that people just go without really assessing, readjusting, pivoting, those sorts of things. So you may want to, sit down with a board of advisors or a trusted friend, colleague, or even a coach, and like run by these ideas
and then come up with a plan and a strategy, which the TimeBlazr obviously can help you with, to put those ideas into an action and let your brilliant work shine. Because otherwise, if they remain just a thought, it's not going to go anywhere. A lot of times people don't get paid for their thoughts. I mean, I'm sure there are people who do, but most of us out there need to do something to get paid for. So this is what I would advise you to do. Now, from a TimeBlazr perspective, you're as you get to know my work a little bit moving forward, you're going to see these green boxes and white boxes and blue boxes. Green means go. Green, and this is a general calendar. There's the personalized version as well, but this is a general calendar to let people know what are the good days available to them. So as you can see, it's a little sparse in the month of February. Always is. It's kind of like what I say. It's like giving birth to a baby. It's not easy. It's at the beginning. It's learning a new, skill, parenting. And so we're going to be parenting this year. Like, what are we going to be doing with it? So there's a lot of things that I'm obviously not able to show you in a video like this, but we'll keep talking about the TimeBlazr and how to use it. And but just as a first big wave, what I'd like you to know is that there's other animals that would benefit from this month as well, even if it doesn't have a green in there and you don't see the hours because, again, beyond the scope of this video. But um, pigs, horses, and dogs actually would benefit using the month of February as well, especially on those green days. And then monkeys probably would want to steer clear of February. It all depends on what you're trying to accomplish, because we can always find times within the TimeBlazr, even if you do want to do something important. But, we have to be very selective about choosing the right day and time. Okay, let's move forward. Maybe. And so now we're going to move on to the rabbits. So the rabbits have, kind of pretty even energy from this year of 2018 in the year of the dog and going into the year of the pig. We've got 3, so 1 additional pieces of energy to look for. But in 2018, we still have some time here. So what can we do with it? So probably the rabbits felt their purse strings opened up a little bit more than they had anticipated at the beginning of the year. So hopefully you chose a wise investment, if you will, to, give you that long-term satisfaction versus something that, goes out of style, already by this season. So you want to, when these energies do come along, think wisely on how you're going to be spending your money. So it could be, an investment in yourself. That's probably one of the best ways that you can let money go and not feel bad about it, because knowledge is always power. So anyway, if you did do, lose a little bit of money this year, or spent it, invested, let's go that way, you should have also had some support from other people. Now, if you haven't felt like that is happening, you just felt money going out of your pocket, maybe it's time to ask people for help. Sometimes our egos get in the way. Sometimes people have offered us advice and we discounted it. So go back over the year and see where somebody may have unsolicited, maybe gave you the advice, but then again, what could they have done to, encouraged you to take a step in a direction that maybe you didn't take? Now, the opportunity may have closed, but there's still, again, a few months here that you can play with to get this next year started out really nice for you. So in 2019, though, we're going to have a little bit more money coming into your coffers instead of going out like the 2018. So in the year the pig, we're going to have, you're going to see a nice bonus coming your way. Now, this could come in the form of a pay raise. It could come in the form of you asking for the raise, because it may not just come, open-handed. It's like if you feel like you are not being recognized for the work that you're doing and you think a monetary value should go behind it, go ahead and ask for the raise. They can only say yes or no, so at least you will know, right? And also, I would say that if your market in the area that you're living in will bear it, this could be a year where you could raise your rates. And how you might even approach that is, maybe extending a hand out to some of your clients and say, hey, I am doing a price rate uh, increase in 2019. And if you'd like to book your services in 2018, it will help with your cash flow, obviously. But it's also kind of giving a heads up to your clients. So it's not such a rude awakening if you do have a price jump for those who, may not be expecting it. So those are ways you can encourage people to understand that, the price of living goes up for everyone, right? All right. So the TimeBlazr, let's look at that. It's the month of March, and we've got a few more days to play with in the month of March. And it's always the rabbit month each year. As you can see, these months correlate with the Chinese calendar, and the month is called the rabbit, not March. But anyway, and then these blue little areas with the little rabbit in it, that shows the day in which the month turns over to the next month. And so there'll be a few days trickling into the next month as well. But I just want to let you know, not only are the rabbits going to benefit from this month, you should also look at the dogs, and pigs and goats are also very good for this month as well. And the roosters, you know what? The roosters and rabbits don't get along so well. So that means that they may not get the results being a rooster. But there's certainly days within the month that the rooster can benefit. So again, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That it is, certainly, a time where we can get some good traction within the full TimeBlazr system. Okay, now let's move on to the dragons. The dragons had 1 star in 2018 in the year of the dog, and in 2019 we have a little bit more going for them. Now they probably also felt a lot of money going out of the wallet in 2018, probably even a little bit more than the snake. So if you had a snake, excuse me, out of the rabbit and the dragon. So if you had a rabbit and a dragon in your chart, you probably, did like a major renovation, or, made a major investment. Maybe a kid going off to school and you had to, dish out several $1,000s more than you had anticipated. So it's something like that you would have felt. But I also talked about it at the beginning of the year. Every year I do my annual event. I talked about the year of the dog seeing seismic shifts. And I'm telling you, all across the board, whether they be clients, friends, family, there has been a lot of change that happened. And there were certain months that we certainly saw this happen, which, in the dragon month and in the dog month. The dog is the month of October, but let's stay with the dragon right now. But I did warn that there was going to be some seismic changes, and I believe that the dragon was one of the animals that was certainly going to feel that the most. So if you went with the flow, as in, okay, things are changing, and tried not to resist it, because, it would be human against the universe. The universe usually wins when it comes to these cases. So if you went with the flow, hopefully you fared better than those who tried to resist. But it also, these kinds of things happen, for a life lesson, if you will. And, I'm not saying that anyone's bad, that you needed a life lesson, but, this is how the stars kind of align up. Not every year is going to be a great year for people. And unless you had 4 dragons in your chart, then it probably wasn't a horrible year all across the board. It might have been just one aspect of your life. And then again, was it the year, month, day, or hour where the dragon shows up? That's where you would have seen the change. But not to worry, next year is going to be much better. So let's look at 2019. The stars are on your side, and it really is a lot about relationships for you. So if you want a personal relationship, again, depending on where it shows up in your chart, where you're going to find this relationship, if you're looking for one. Or what about building a team? If you're looking about building a team, this is going to be that law of attraction year for you. You're going to, suddenly be the person that people want to be around, and, people are going to work with you, want to hang out with you. So what I would say with this is, especially if you're more of an introvert kind of person, you're going to have to stretch yourself to just get out a little bit more than you are maybe comfortable with, because the phone's not going to be ringing off the hook if you're hiding out in your home or hiding behind a computer screen. You're going to have to, just be a little bit vulnerable and get out there and really make the most of the year. If you do, you really will see this benefit of this very strong relationship energy that's coming your way in just a few months. So let's just talk about real quickly the month of April, which is the Dragon month. As you can see, the color is starting to fill in just a little bit more. And it's a really exciting month for the monkeys, rats, and roosters, which is the dragon's best friend, the rooster. But the dog, as I talked about earlier when I talked about the dragon in the dog year, the dragon and dogs don't exactly get along. So it could be a little bit challenging this month for dogs trying to accomplish some things. Again, if you only have one dog in your chart, where is it showing up? And then these other animals may play out well for you as well. Okay, so now we are looking at the Earth Pig that's coming up soon. So hopefully you can purchase your tickets at bit.ly/Earth Dog to find out more in depth about astrology, feng shui, and the TimeBlazr that's going to be happening for everyone. And how is it going to affect you? Let's attend and find out.
So I hope you enjoyed the information today. Next week, we're going to go into episode 3, and I'm going to cover the next 3 animals, which is going to be the snake, the horse, and the goat. Now, if you want to know a little bit deeper what I'm going to be talking about in this video series, love to see you at my annual event in January, and just look at the link below to purchase your tickets. But this is where I'm going to go way more in depth about the animals, about the feng shui of the year, as well as TimeBlazr dates and times to help trigger that chi so that you can have a fabulous year. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and then click that bell below so that you can be notified for upcoming videos. And then also follow me on my social media channels. They're all listed in the description below. So we'll see you next time. And until then, make good chi follow.